A 23 years old care worker has been jailed for 25 years. A lot of people are still shocked because they cannot believe how any normal human being will commit the actions that this man has committed. The saddest part is that this man is now blaming the devil for his actions. I want to know what your views are about this man's action, whether you believe in his account that the devil is responsible for his action. This man is a young man who a lot of people were shocked when they found out what this man did. The man is an ardent church goer, is a man that a lot of people thought that the image that he had portrayed to those who knew him, they were shocked when they realized that Isaiah, this young man you are seeing in your screen, 23 years old, this man has committed one of the most unthinkable and unbelievable actions. Let me know whether you have any sympathy for this man's account that the devil is responsible, or you think that 25 years in prison is not enough. Good afternoon. The Lunch Club is where we share the latest updates to inform and educate our audience. The wise ones once said, the best way to learn in life is to learn from other people's success and failures. If you see any value in this content, you can support this channel by hitting the like button and remain your one and only Frank. This young man has been begging people to give him a job in care. He worked in a home with some of the most vulnerable human beings that you can ever meet. Some of the people that these people, some of them cannot work. Some of them cannot even get up. They depend on other people for all their needs to be met. This man was saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that these people, they are bathed, they are fed, that these people, they are cared for, that he was the person that people trusted to care for these people. This man, before he got this job, he has been fighting to get a job in the care sector so that he will be caring for this guy, not knowing that this brother had a nefarious motive. His intention was absolutely devilish. The vast majority of people that work in the care sector, they are people that have compassion. They do the job because they want to make a difference. Sadly, there are a few people that enter the care sector for the wrong reason, and this brother, Isaiah, that's his real name, is one of them. He got his job in this home, looking after these people, and he was employed by someone who knew him and said, you know what, this man has been begging me for a long time that he wants to get a job in the care sector. That is what he's passionate about. Let me give him a try, just like you're giving a friend a try. That friend influenced the recruitment of this guy. This guy has now put that friend in trouble. The people that have their family in that home, they started noticing that their family members, they started displaying sexualized behavior. So these people who could not walk, some of them could not even speak. Their family started noticing that these guys, some of the workers in that home, they will notice that when they are with this client started touching their private part. They were shocked. They were touching their private part and they were shocked. These people could not speak. They started seeing strange behaviors from the people that they were caring for. Imagine somebody that you've cared for more than 5 years, and all of a sudden, you are giving that person a wash, he's touching your private part and smiling. Hey, what is going on? What is going on? What they didn't know was that these people were exposed to what they are not supposed to be exposed to. These people, when other carer wants to care for them, they will be crying. But when this young man wants to care for them, they will be smiling. People started saying, what is going on? Why is it that these people who are non-verbal, these people who need help, they prefer this young man to do their personal care? That is when they started raising suspicion. But they never thought that any right-thinking human being would do what this 23 years old man did. The guy started molesting these people. When this one wants to have, when he wants to have a shower with them, he started touching their private part. He started touching their private part. He was touching their private part, and the guy decided that having done that for a while, he needed to upgrade and take it to the next level. Guess what our young man Isaiah did? The guy started having intercourse with these vulnerable people. You heard it. Some of them had what they call Tourette's syndrome. Tourette's syndrome is a neurological condition that deforms all parts of the body. This young man wanted to have give this person personal care, and before you know what, these guys started having sex with these people. And one of them, the girl got pregnant. The family, out of shame, they didn't know what was happening. They didn't tell anybody. They concealed the information. It was when another person in that home became unwell. They thought she had liver infection. The young girl, this girl is 41 years old. She has lived in that home for 20 years. The girl was then rushed to the hospital for them to find out, why is this girl, why is she sick? What is going on with this girl? What is going on with this girl? They started suspecting. Nobody ever thought that this woman, who is 43 years old, who has never, she doesn't, Tourette's syndrome is a syndrome that your body will be shaking like this. Anybody that works in care, they know what Tourette's syndrome is. They took this young girl thinking that she had gallbladder infection to the hospital. And the hospital had to run a test. The last thing the hospital ever thought that a woman who cannot stand, cannot speak, her body is shaking like this because of this Tourette's syndrome. This woman is 34 weeks pregnant. You heard it. 34 weeks pregnant. And it's this young brother who impregnated this woman. When the doctor finished the test, they now found out that this girl that we are talking about now, this girl, she is almost 2 weeks from having a baby. And it is the young 23 years old that has impregnated this girl. The man was shocked. The guy denied it, said, no, he is not the one that is responsible for this child. The child was born, and they said the only way they can find out who is responsible is to have a DNA test. And they said all the male carers in that home, they will have to do a DNA test. Guess what happened when the test result came out? It was a shocker. It was this same young man, Isaiah, that had impregnated this 43 years old woman who doesn't speak, doesn't walk, depends on other people for their needs to be met. The test then showed that 99.9% Isaiah is the one that had impregnated this vulnerable woman. When the guy then see that the test result, he couldn't deny it because the test result showed that he is the one that is responsible for this pregnancy. He then came up and said, you know what? I am so sorry for what I have done, because what I have done is inexcusable. I know the family cannot forgive me, but I just want them to understand that there is no excuse for my action. He then said that he needs deliverance, that the devil has used him. Let me know what your views are, whether you think this is a devil or pure evil. This is a 23 years old guy whose friend gave him a job so that he can have a chance in life. And guess what the guy did? He stained his reputation, he damaged vulnerable people, And these people who have no voice to speak for themselves, this guy took advantage of the most vulnerable people in our society. This woman then had this baby. They had the baby. The baby only lived for a few weeks because this woman, she was pregnant. She did not have any antenatal appointment with a midwife because she did not even know. This woman doesn't even know anything that she was pregnant. And because of the lack of medical attention, this woman, the baby died. And this guy was then said, the judge then said, there is no excuse for Isaiah's behavior. The guy exploited the most vulnerable people in society. These people rely on people like me and you to advocate for them. The judge then said, this guy is the minimum. The judge said, you can sentence anybody that commits felony like this between 6 years to 25 years. The judge said, I wish he had the power to give this guy more than 25 years. He would have committed it to more than 25 years in jail. But because the law allows, the maximum sentence is 25 years, and that is what the judge decided to give Isaiah. Isaiah's name will be on the sex offenders register for the rest of his life. Remember, this young man, he has taken advantage of the most vulnerable people by his responsibility for giving them personal care, washing them and everything. And all he was doing, he was putting his hand in their private part and ended up impregnating them. What is your view? Do you think that it is a devil or this guy himself is a devil? Let me know what your views are. All of us have a responsibility to speak up for those who have no voice to speak for themselves. And we have a moral responsibility to protect them. If you've seen any value in this content, you can show appreciation by giving it a like. If you know anyone that works in health and social care, kindly ensure that they see this video. There is no excuse. This young man is going to have time to reflect in jail for his action, for what